Hello, I'm Pickaxe Toy Cat, and welcome back to another video. Did you know that 68% of all deaths in Minecraft happen in the Nether? I mean, I just made that statistic up, but it sounds pretty true, right? Anyway, today I figured to avoid you adding to that number, I would go into the Nether live and give you a few tips on how you can actually survive the Nether, despite it being one of the most dangerous places, giving some tips you might know, but also some tips you might not already know. So hopefully you do all enjoy today's video. If you do like it, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets me do like this slightly different form of content, but the sheep just went through. Let's get straight into the video, shall we? So the first thing you want to do before you do anything else is actually place your Nether portal, which seems like it's obvious, just make a rectangle out of obsidian, but truth be told, you need to be careful as to where you place it. You might notice that I usually go up onto a hill to place my portals. The reason for this is that I think about Y80, Y90 is the best place to place them, because if you go too low, you'll end up in like a big lava fire, or like next to one, or even below the fires if you go really low, and if you go a little bit higher up, you can generally get a good vantage point where you can pick where you go and get a better view of the Nether, and having a better view of the Nether is handy regardless what you're there for. So go a little higher up. I picked 81, you can go to Y90, just as long as it's not too high or too low, you'll be doing pretty good. So with that also said, before you go in, you're going to want to make sure you bring some essentials. First of all, a pickaxe, obviously essential, a sword, pretty much essential, some good food, I recommend high saturation stuff like steak, cooked pork chops, golden carrots if you can, bring some cobblestone, glass if you can, snowballs if you can, and a flint and steel. I know that's 7 items, which is a lot, but still, if you bring all of these 7, you'll be prepared for a lot of different situations. Anyway, let's hop into our portal, which again is at Y80 in this case, and let's go in and show you what we can do the moment we get in, because you want to, the sheep's here, the moment you get in, you want to look around and see where the potential ghast spawning points are, and then immediately build to protect your portal from those. So I'm going to use the glass in this case, because I don't see a ghast, but if you saw a ghast, make sure you use cobblestone. The reason, for this is because if there is a big area like that, it is just prime spawning location for a ghast, and we know at some point in the next, 2 minutes or so, we're going to see a ghast there, and if we, don't watch ourselves for that, he's going to blow up all the stuff around here, or even the portal itself, which isn't too bad, but if we're in the portal while it happens, it's not so fun. So we're going to line this with cobblestone, because you don't need the top to be covered in glass, and now just like that, we protected the front of our portal. And now, as soon as we spawn into the Nether, so let's show you the example. Now, every time we come in, we can see if there are ghasts there. If there are ghasts, then we make sure we stay behind the screen, maybe go backwards. If there aren't ghasts, then we can pop out, go around, and do it like that. Boom, just like that, you protect yourself. You might question, why not protect why not protect yourself from, caves like this, or corners like that? Generally, most of the ghasts spawn in the big open area. Okay, there you can see the danger is going to hit the glass, isn't it? But there you can see the danger, but now we can see him, and he's just fine. So, yeah, you might want to protect yourself from any place that seems like a ghast might spawn, but for the most part, as long as you have, the big area covered, most of the time the ghast isn't going to hit you, even if he wants to. You can tell he wants to right now, but there's a block in between me and him, even though it's transparent. So, yeah, glass is really handy for this reason, but also for another one we'll get into in a moment. But yeah, once you've locked down your portal, you're in a pretty good place, because this is where a lot of deaths can occur. You're really wounded, so you try to escape the Nether, and then boom, out of nowhere, a ghast spawns, he blows you up in the portal, suddenly all your stuff's gone, your portal's gone awry, and it's just not what you want at all. So, yeah, as long as you've protected all the angles, I'm going to just make this a little bit safer, just like that. And once you protected all your angles, you worked out a way to a cave of some form. In this case, this can be my cave, I guess. Now you can move on to the step 2 of the Nether, which is really doing whatever you want to do. So there are 3 things you might want to do in the Nether. Well, there's 3 main purposes anyway. The first is to get, some of the, get to a fortress, get some of the exclusive blocks, or get some of the nice loot. The second is to get lots of XP, because if you don't know, Nether Quartz gives you a massive amount of XP, as well as, oh, that was weird. It gives you a massive amount of XP, as well as being found really frequently. And then third of all, obviously, there's the mobs, which have a bunch of different drops, including the blaze rods for going to the end, and the wither skeleton skulls for going or for fighting the wither, as well as magma creams, you need the ghast tears for potion regenerations. All that stuff can be found here. So we're going to be giving you 3 separate guides, except they kind of link in together. So I guess the first thing you want to do for all 3 is let's start with the XP one, because that's really easy to do. Find yourself a cave, go through the cave, and then as you go through it, you'll find more and more. So here's one vein of 8 or 9 or 10 Nether quartz. Here's another vein of potentially the same amount. Here's another vein just over here. Here's another vein over there. And if we go through that, okay, there's another vein there, another vein in the ceiling. And you can see, if you go through caves, you'll find a lot of Nether quartz. And it'll also be really safe Nether quartz, because although you find a lot of it in the open, that's going to be protected by ghast. You're going to be blown up if you don't bring some good armor. But even if you bring armor, it's still not going to help too much, because fire damage is it goes straight through armor. But yeah, if you find some caves, you'll be pretty safe, and you'll get a bunch of XP. So yeah, caves are the best way for XP. But what about the other 2 things? So honestly, I'd say caves are the safest way to find the other stuff, because nearby caves at the very least, you'll find, okay, here's a zombie pigman, for instance. Let's see if we can find a magma cream in one of these caves, or a magma cube, sorry. Basically, that's the safest way to find stuff. But I understand that sometimes you have to be fast, or you're just impatient, and that means going out into the open. So yeah, going out into the open gives you a good like sight of where everything is. From here, you can one, fight the ghast, you know, try and throw their fireballs directly back at them. Two, you can see stuff like wither skeletons, magma creams, zombie pigmen, all that stuff besides blazes, which are only found at this fortress. And yeah, that's what you can do. Also, when you're while you're up here anyway, because you shouldn't be up here because a ghast will blow me up at some point. Like it's gonna spawn and happen. But you know, while we're up here anyway, try and find a good vantage point if you're looking for the fortress, because you might think it's a matter of just searching your whole nether, but truth be told, it's really easy to search your nether. And the reason that's so easy is because all you need to do is find one of these high up locations, which you'll spawn in if you come here anyway, and you can use one of these to get yourself a pretty nice view. So, for instance, over here, we can see like, oh, is there going to be the nether fortress over there? And if you look ahead, you're like, oh, I don't see it. But one thing a lot of people forget to do is because the render distance works really strangely on consoles, and indeed on PC to some extent, if you turn to the side a little bit, you can actually see what's over there. So if you see some nether brick, like a tall nether brick pillar, that means it's over there. We don't see it over there just yet, and we could keep on going down, but actually, you know what, let's do that for a little bit. We can keep on going down, and if we find that if we find a big nether brick there, that's gonna be great. Also, you can see this is a really nice place, one for the nether quartz, and also for the mobs at the same time. So there is now a ghast over there, and I think we can see almost the corner of the nether with no nether fortress. So let's try going the other way now, because I didn't really properly explore that bit too much either. So yeah, let's head back there and let's do that. So yeah, the nether fortress really contains most of what you want in the nether. Honestly, if you're not sure what you're doing in the nether, you're just like, oh, this is a thing we do in Minecraft. I'd say the fortress is the first thing you should find. Also, oh, there's a ghast over there now. It's the first thing you should find, and that means what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go. So remember the point over there where we were earlier? That little bit up there? I saw just down a massive hallway that seemed to go on forever and ever, kind of like the other one. What we're going to do is we're going to get over there. But instead of going there directly, which is super dangerous, and has mobs and has ghasts and all this other stuff, we're going to play at the safe route. So the safe route, again, it's safe, it's not necessarily most fun, but it's digging in the walls nearby where you want to go. And this is a really useful thing, because if you crouch while you do it, okay, place glass every time you find a thing. This means you can keep an eye on where you are, but it also means you're 100% safe. The only mob that can get you in here is a zombie pigman, and that's if you go in there and attack him, because, you know, wither skeletons are too high. And yeah, that's that. So make sure you keep an eye on where you are relative to the outside, because the nether has a really inconsistent shape. It's not like, you know, it's going to be perfectly blocky, because even Minecraft itself isn't that. But if you just keep an eye on where the outside is at any one time. Okay, I think we've lost. Okay, oh, let's place some blocks there. Then you can vaguely know where you're going. So I think we want to go onto that bit there. It looks like it's a wide platform, so we just head this. Oh, okay, that's easy. So we just head this way, make it a little bit of a staircase. Then down we get, and we're here right now. So now we're going to place ourselves over to there. Use cobblestone when making bridges, because it cannot be blown up, and when it sets on fire, it will be temporary, which is very, very handy. And then boom, we're over here. So from here, again, we can't see the nether fortress just yet. We can see some glowstone, which is nice. I don't think we even see magma cream, but oh, yeah, we see one just, oh, that's a slime, because that's a glitch. But that should be a magma cream, but instead of it's a slime over there. And yeah, from here, I want to keep, oh, wait, actually, gonna go to the sideways. You can see the nether fortress is actually there, so that's why you should always try and head every direction you can. You'll usually, if you head high up and you get these big vantage points like I have, you'll usually be able to find yourself the nether this easy way. So again, to get there, we could make a big cobblestone bridge over nothing like this, but that's incredibly dangerous. If we fall, we'll take so much damage in addition to whatever knocks us off, and that could probably just spell our death, even with the best armor in the game, because falling damage, fire damage, and poison damage just go straight through armor, and they're reasonably common in the nether, or wither damage, I guess, in this case. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this wall over here. So again, if you just stay in the caves, which you can protect as much as you want, then it means that, so we're going to dig over to here. It means that, again, no ghast to knock you off, less of other mobs, and just in general, a safer experience. So keeping to the edge is a very, very handy thing. It's kind of like, I don't know, walking on the side of a cliff or something. Like, you don't want to walk right at the edge. You want to be somewhere close, but you don't want to be, you know, too close to the mountain either. Actually, I don't think that applies to real cliff walking, but yeah, let's do this. So, as you can see, we already saw the nether fortress just over here, so we're just going to dig forwards as fast as we can. Always crouch while doing this, because you never know when the floor is going to break underneath you. And yeah, boom, just over here. So, now, okay, this is quite easy, and from here, we can find all the stuff we want to find. There's a blaze over there, I believe. There's a wither skeleton, and here is the fortress. So, getting around the fortress itself, I'm sure it's easy enough that everyone... Oh, wait, is this... Oh, I thought this would be gravel that would just fall if we broke it. No, it's not. But yeah, if you just look around the fortress itself, this is where you can find all the stuff. I wouldn't recommend staying on top of it for too long. I'd really recommend digging inside it, just like so, because this is where you're going to find your chests. You'll find more blazes down here, and you'll also... be a little bit safer from ghast and whatnot. So boom, that is you know, some tips for surviving the nether. First of all, make sure that you make sure that you, build your portal in the right place, because super low is dangerous, super high is just annoying. Second of all, make sure you bring some high, high saturation food. I like steak a lot. Then make sure you bring some stuff and protect your portal straight away. Then when you get, depending what you want to do, either just go into a nice cave or find yourself some mobs, or go to the fortress. I'd recommend the fortress for free. And then finally, bring snowballs. I actually didn't go over this one just yet. So why is snowballs so important? So in case you don't know, snowballs don't affect other players unless you have the weird server mod that most servers have installed, but they do affect all mobs in the game. So for instance, even the skeleton over there, you're going to see it's going to knock him back, which means if you want to knock stuff away from you, this is an awesome way to do it. But also, one of the handy things about snowballs, and one of the things that makes them one of the cooler things for the Nether, is the fact that they actually will hurt blazes. It does, I believe it's a full half damage to a blaze, so just a few snowballs will actually kill a blaze entirely if we can hit them anyway. So that's the second snowball, hopefully. I don't know what. Okay, it's running away from us, but you get the point. You can not only knock them away, but also deal damage to them. Which means if if you're actually playing in a mode where you want to make sure that you get them without them being able to hit you back, because bear in mind at this distance they literally cannot fire their fireballs back at me. Then yeah, if we just do that a few more times, then I'll be able to show you that it does in fact kill them. It's getting harder and harder, but it's just fine. And yeah, sniping blazes and UHCs and stuff is incredibly handy. Can we do that last one? Oh. Okay, and he runs away from us there. But yeah, should we just turn on fly for a second? Just like, oh, we've got fly ready. So let's just fly so I can show you, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just trying to throw snowballs at this point. Yeah, basically snowballs are super, super handy. We just took one out right there. And just like that, there are some tips for surviving the Nether. I hope this video does help you out in some way. Hopefully the next time you go to the Nether, you don't die. Because the number of deaths I've had, where, you die in the Nether and then all your stuff's gone forever, it's just kind of depressing. And here are some tips for avoiding all of that. So thank you all very much for watching. And, if you did like it, share if you really liked it, subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.